Yeah, welcome everybody to another edition of the Fly Racing Racer X podcast. This is Budds Creek Review. Thank you for watching and listening. Appreciate it. Lots to get into when it comes to Budds Creek. And man, it turned out to be a hell of a day, and it was a hell of a day early that turned into a good racetrack by the second moto. Lots to talk about, man. I thought we were in for a complete mutter. My Pulpmx fantasy picks reflected that, and boy, did that bite me too. But anyways, we're going to talk about Hunter Lawrence and Jet Lawrence and Chance Hymas and all of that. Speaking of Chance Hymas, Fly Racing gear out there looking good and getting his first win of the year in that class. And flyracing.com, use code Pulpmx when you check out to save with those guys. The Formula helmet, go on their website and check it out. Read the Formula helmet information and the tech that's involved behind it, and you'll see what makes it such a great helmet. And also 2027 gear out now, all different colors and styles. A few improvements made across the line as well. Flyracing.com, head to toe, they've got you covered. And the best part is if you add everything to your cart, you add Pulpmx, and why Gent would like this. You save money with the code Pulpmx. So thank you to those guys. And also Brunt Work Wear, Maxxis tires, motorsport.com, Renthal, Onyx maps. We'll talk about that later on. Race Tech as well. But first up, the man who was in the booth all day in the action, the Jason Weege. What's up, Weege?
Yeah, you mentioned the weather at the top of this. Most people probably figure I'm going to lead off by once again showing how mud races aren't mud races, but I'm not going to do that. Even I was realistic enough when I saw this forecast to know, yeah, it's going to get it. There was no escaping it. And even though I always talk about how well the track crew can do to reclaim tracks, even I did not expect that. It's at the end of the day, you forgot. You forgot how bad it was at the beginning.
I don't know if I've ever been to a race where literally a session of qualifying was canceled.
Yeah.
LCQs were canceled. It's too muddy. It's pouring rain. We can't do it. And then we end up without a mudder. I don't know if that's ever happened. It's nuts. Yeah. The end of the day was hot, humid, all of that. The dirt was great. Because I think Weege too, they didn't rip it as deep, right? They knew the rain was coming. They left it sealed a little bit. And the riders, I talked to the Budds Creek expert, Justin Rodbell, and he was telling me the same thing. So lots to get into. All right. Also on the podcast, the sidetrack analyst, really nice to see him with you, Weege, at some time outside of your compound, the Jason Thomas. What's up, JT?
Too much. Yeah, I joined you gentlemen for lunch this weekend. I don't get invited all the time, and I don't like Steve just barges into places without invites. I don't really like doing that. So I was invited, so I went. And yeah, it's always good to see you guys. I see Weege all the time. I don't see Steve as much on Saturdays.
It's not true.
What was the reasoning?
Okay.
What was the reasoning? The team manager of Honda, he's kind of media shy. Most people probably don't know him. Mm-hmm. On a group text with me, Steve, and JT, he specifically invites JT over to lunch. Why was that? I
think that it's somewhere along the line. He's always like, "You never come," and I'm like, "Well, I don't want to just invite myself to a Honda coordinated lunch. I don't feel like that's appropriate." So I think that was where it came from.
Okay, well, actually, I just looked. It started with me. I said, Lars, are your guys here for lunch? Because I know on the Eastern Seaboard, Lars has his buddies, pulp guys. They own a restaurant, and they cater.
Oh, okay.
So I hit Lars up, are your guys there? Because I know it would be good, right? So, but then he says, the media shy team manager, yes, sir, I would love if JT came also.
Yes.
He doesn't say me or Weege. He just says also. You're right, Weege. He made a specific example for JT. But
it's that hair club that they're in. That haircut. Yeah. Two of them got to stick together.
Yeah, absolutely. So nice to see you guys there. It was a fantastic dinner. I wish I knew the name of the guys' restaurants, but they've been a bunch of races. And
I wish you would come on time so we could hang out more.
Never got a text.
Bro,
Never got a text about
you got 2 times, and either you were 20 minutes late to even the later one.
Well, I'm a busy man out there getting scoops. Listen, it poured rain. People need to understand how bad it was. I'm sure maybe if you watch the pre-race show, you could see it. So good day of racing, considering all of
RDL,
that.
There's plenty of footage on RDL to let everybody know. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. This was an amazing salvage job. JT, is it graded on a curve? Is Budds Creek, because it's a giant hillside on both sides of the track, Is it actually part of the reason? Like, this isn't just the track crew. Budds Creek itself lent itself to being reclaimed this quickly?
I think there was a lot. Hillside, sure. I think it was more the dirt, honestly. If it would have been Unadilla or a really hard track, we would have been in big trouble. Anything that has a softer base with a lot of like topsoil is going to be able to handle it a lot better.
I think they brought in Jason Baker this year, so let's just give him the credit. Jason Baker, everybody.
He's awesome.
Did a good job on that. By the way, speaking of Fly Racing, Racer X, Budds Creek review. Fly Racing, JT, Chance Hymas wearing some KJSC replica gear there, taking the win for Fly Racing. So
yeah,
is that available? Can we get
available. That? Backstory on that stuff. Not that everybody's going to care, but some will. When we had the KJSC deal signed, and we did Red Bull KTM to Carly for the Coonan brothers, and we were trying to find gear that KTM was on board with, color scheme wise. And like the one thing they went back to was the KJSC stuff. So that's where it really started, was the Coonan brothers wearing that stuff like a year and a half ago, before it was even available. It was like custom, one-off, not even for sale stuff. And then we rolled it into stuff that was for sale in a mesh version. So yeah, it all started from KTM Juniors, which is KJSC. Then Red Bull KTM to Carly with the Coonan brothers wore it. Specifically, they were the only people that had it. And then now it's part of the line. So yeah, it is just normal.
Yeah, well, looking sharp, getting the win for Fly Racing. Fly Racing's Cooper Webb angry with me after the race. He actually had a really good first moto. And I just was like, hey man, there's a lot going on. I'm watching a lot of things. I'm very busy, man. And I just was like, hey, decent day for you, like top 10. And he just was like, bro, what are you talking about? I was like, 5th forever. And I was just like, oh, okay, my bad. So Fly Racing's Cooper Webb. Not happy with my analysis of his race day, but we'll get into that and more. Look, before Unadilla, Hunter Lawrence had a nice lead based on penalties at Washougal. And we all know how it's going to play out, because every Lawrence has gotten 1-2 in every moto but 8 of them. And there's only 6 motos to go. And Hunter needs 1 moto win and maybe 1 more, and he's going to walk to this thing. And then we saw what happened. For the first time ever, he finishes outside the top 5 at a national, 450 national. And then there's no way Jet's going to blow this. Lawrence is going to go 1-2 all the rest of the way, and Hunter's down 10, and there's just no way it's not going to happen. And then we get this. It's just, look, it's a sports. It's professional sports. Anything can happen. But like, holy shit, man. Talk about swings the last few weeks, and counting one Lawrence out versus the other Lawrence. And now Hunter Lawrence is
it's crazy, though.
On a great 1-1
They still
day.
won all the motos. Yeah. With all that chaos and all the swings back and forth and points and this and that, they're 20 for 20 and within, the family of winning motos.
And the manager, media shy manager, wanted to remind me after the race that Honda has won the 2026 450 motocross title. Just, it's a matter of if it's H or J.
I have a question.
But Weege.
Sorry,
okay.
go ahead. You're the host. Go ahead.
Weege, Jet we saw what happened off the start there. He just, didn't do that well off start. He was so good last week. We talked about his ankle, all of that. And he rode amazing in that second moto when he wanted to get on it. But the starts really did him in. And even like early in the motos getting going before he became that. Just an off day for Jet Lawrence, kind of. I mean, we say that saying he got second in the second moto, but 4th overall. But like, yeah, just an off day for him a little bit.
Well, dude, statistically, it's the first straight up he didn't finish on the podium. The only 2 times he has not finished on the podium was basically dying downhill at Hangtown a couple years ago, and the ridiculous 1 lap penalty at Ironman last year. This race, he just didn't get on the podium. I know it's bad starts, but there were races last year where he like fell in the first lap, and we're like, oh, this is going to be interesting. Oh, no, it's not. He just went 18th first in 3 laps. So I think it's a combination of Budds is already really hard to pass on. And then a mud track makes it one line. Like, it did look great, but like we all know, the track's way more one line when they're shoving all the mud to the side of the track. And if you dare go out there, you're screwed. So I'm sure the track was like probably the largest part of the blame pie. But whatever, man, he rarely gets bad starts. He basically got 2 of them. And the first lap thing, it's always been, I don't even want to say a weakness because I think it's strategic, because I think they're like, look, if we average out an entire series, you're going to be fine. What you don't want to do, the rare time you are in the back, is get hurt or do something super dumb trying to pass 5 guys in one turn. And if that means every once in a while you don't pass 10 guys on the first lap and the result isn't good, over the long term, that's better. So I think that all played in. But still, you cannot deny the fact that this is probably his worst 450 national finish overall. Not statistically, because one was a penalty and one he got hurt. But beyond that,
yeah,
it's a really bad time to have what is his worst race.
Yeah, he just got 5th, just for all the reasons we talked about. He just got 5th in that first moto. Second moto, I thought he did a good job. He got up on the grass and he let off. He probably knew about Levi Kitchen's penalty and all that. So I thought he did a really good job of that. If he holds it on, he probably gets penalized. It's probably in his mind. So he does a good job with that. But yeah, I mean, he's human, I guess. I don't know.
And the other thing about the second moto, he did run Prado down, but this is clear now that Prado has a real problem with lap traffic. When Jet got to 3rd, I was just watching the laps, lap after lap, and he was not going any faster than Hunter and Jorge. It was just 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minute flat, all 3. It wasn't what we're used to with Jet Lawrence, where it's like, bro, if he needs to really send it and just take it into orbit, an area no one can go, I don't feel like we saw that. He did catch Jorge, but I don't think we saw that.
Yeah, but I think he caught Jorge because Jorge's lap times got higher, not because he went lower.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, right. So, what's that?
I don't know. When 15 minutes of the moto go by and he's not really gaining, yes, he did.
No,
some
I meant
damage
later on.
seriously in the last 10 minutes.
Jorge went 203, Jet went to 200.
The gap came down to Hunter also at the same time.
Yeah. That's always questionable too.
But great battle with Jorge too, by the way. That was so cool to watch the ins and outs and cutting across ruts and stopping and all that. Mitchell Harrison. Oh boy. But I mean, okay, Harrison did get in the way a little bit, unless you guys saw more than I did. I was watching the TV show and live up in the announcer's tower. Harrison, but that's the track. JT knows that. That's Bud's too. So I don't know why Jorge's that upset. And then when you add in the fact that Jorge does have a problem passing people, I don't know. Great battle though for those laps.
It's not a great track to try to get out of the way on.
No,
very difficult.
No.
Yeah, you'd have to know that. Like, dude, even normal circumstances. Again, if it's muddy, what is he supposed to do?
How about that pivot at the back after the uphill triple? A little pivot on the left-hand turn. Jet just went outside, stopped across 4 ruts. Just you're like, how do you think about that? Right? Just
You know what?
So
cool
JT, you see a little differently than me
with catching him.
I thought Jet was surprisingly not amazing.
I understand that. I'm in agreement there. He did really turn it up. I think the last few laps where it's difficult to. I'm not saying he was just like on another world level, as them, but he did turn it up. You could sense the urgency come in late. But I think also maybe all 3 of them were kind of on a different level, because look how much faster they were going than like 5th and 6th place. You noted it in the moto. I was looking at the same thing, thinking the same thing at the time. They're 8 to 10 seconds faster a lap, man.
Dude,
like
it's crazy.
And these are guys like Dylan Ferrandis and like super legit guys, and they're literally going 8+ seconds a lap faster than them. So I get it.
First moto too. The first top 3 were gone.
I mean, it was not like they're a little better. They were a lot better, like on a completely different level of better than everybody else, which I don't know. I don't know whether to kind of count that as a detraction against Jet or just give credit to all 3 of them, because that type of gap is not typical, like for moto. Like, okay, RC or Stu, sure. But normal winning, like when Ferrandis wins the title in 21, or like that's not happening. Zacho wins in 20, even Tomac 17, 18, like he wasn't 8 seconds a lap faster than, 4th place. That wasn't happening.
That's been the whole theme of the season, right? We've been really trying to figure out, we know Hunter's getting a lot better every year, and we know that's part of it. And then we know Jet with the foot is maybe not 100%, and we can't figure out how much is which. So maybe we just need to chalk it up to Prado and Hunter are better than whoever Jet was going 18th to first against last year. And it's not Jet not being as dominant as much as we got two guys who are getting to his level.
Chase Sexton's online too. He's got some words for you. He might even tweet you.
He wasn't at the races or wasn't in the races. I mean, 18th to first. Okay.
If your point,
I'm just saying.
Your point is that
no, Jet. I mean, he did beat Jet twice last year in motos. For sure.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like you're slandering Chase Sexton a little bit. Our friends in Belgium right now. He's probably getting ready to fire off a tweet.
I mean, Chase hasn't been that guy in a little while, so probably a fair point. But if your point,
I mean, Chase was there at half the races where Jet went 22-0.
Yeah,
I know Chase is absolutely at the same level as Prado and Hunter when it's on, but in the end, the result is Jet wasn't on the podium in a race and Chase was not there. And maybe that's it. Like the gap that Jet used to have over anyone else speed-wise, he does have over everyone but Prado and Hunter.
But you're also talking Jet pre-ankle, right? This is a new Jet, and we'll see if he can get back. But
that's the question I'm posing. Is it that Jet isn't as good, or is it he's close to as good, but Jorge and Hunter have improved so much that they're now all three of them are crushing the rest of the field?
I think it's less.
It's kind of the point JT's making. I think it's
less. If you want to say that Jet's 0.5% worse, okay. But I think it's more Hunter is a lot better. That's it for me. Like Prado, whatever. He's been so hit and miss. I'm hesitant to just throw him in. He was 51 seconds down in the first moto. Okay. So second moto, he was great. But it's been all over the map. I'm not going to just say he's there every time because he hasn't been there every time. But Hunter is just phenomenally better than he was 2 years ago. He just is.
And there were signs late last year
for sure
where he was getting close, and that was Jet being totally healthy.
I'm going the other way. Hunter has improved. Yes, absolutely. But it's the ankle, lack of practice for Jet that has closed the gap more than Hunter getting better.
Last year at this track, Jet could not catch Hunter.
So
I'm just telling you straight up. I watched it. I saw him try. I saw him like put in heaters and try, and he just could not catch him at this racetrack. Ironman, Motocross of Nations, he could not catch Hunter Lawrence. He was trying. He was blowing by everybody else.
At the 20th gate pick. Yeah, the 20th.
I'm just telling you what the lap time said, and Hunter Lawrence dominated that weekend. So those are all pre-ankle.
More it. Yeah.
So, 1 point gap now going into Ironman.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
So what you guys...
Pretty cool. Don't hit the gate, Jet.
Well,
don't hit the gate.
Oh, can you imagine?
I'm always going to lean into Jet in the biggest moment being able to come through just because that's kind of what's always seemed to happen so far. But man, that I kind of already mentioned it, but that Motocross of Nations from last year looms large for me, man. Hunter was just lights out perfect at this track a year ago.
Oh, dude, Jet had a bad gate pick and the team was winning. The team had the overall. Jet knew the team had the overall. It was all fine.
Okay, you can shoot
all
on
good.
Hunter
He didn't
all
have to. Oh, here we go. Oh, turning the tables. We got to talk about
Hunter.
On
the moto they were in together. He did.
We got to talk about Hunter.
I don't know if I don't think he was going to beat him, but just people are listening, punching the air right now, saying like the third moto they were both in. Jet fell on like the first lap.
I'm just saying Hunter was amazing, and he has shown plenty of times now. If you don't think that Hunter can just go out and beat Jet on any given weekend, you're dreaming. I'm not saying he's going to. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying.
Well, of course he can. Yeah.
If
the question was Hunter improvement versus Jet ankle. That was the question.
Beat him
Everybody
last
knows.
year too at times.
No one is saying Hunter can't beat Jet this weekend. That's for sure. We've seen it over and over and over.
Very, very much pushing back against the fact that you don't think Hunter has gotten a lot better. Like
he's gotten a lot better. He has. He's gotten a lot better. We agree.
I'm going to go JT's side on this. We're probably just at the point where Jet Lawrence can't get a bad start and beat Hunter Lawrence. I think that's just where we are. Not even with the ankle. It's just Hunter's gotten good enough where if Jet has a bad start, he ain't going to beat him. Maybe that's exactly what we saw in that second moto.
We're 15 minutes in. We haven't even talked about Hunter Lawrence going 1-1 when he absolutely had to.
The same thing happened in the playoffs last year. If Jet didn't get a good start, he wasn't beating Hunter. It's not like this is a brand new development, is all I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, it's not post-ankle. Yeah.
Okay, man. I'll take the Jet pre-ankle.
But you make a good point. You have to give Hunter his flowers. You have to for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Amazing. Yeah.
Amazing. And then like Jet wins, goes 1-1 1-1 at Lakewood, and then 1-1 at High Point. Where does Jets? Or does he go 1-1 at Hangtown?
Hangtown
and Lakewood. Jet goes 1-1, and we're like, oh shit, here it is.
Yep.
And what happens the next race? Hunter Lawrence, boom. Again, every time you kind of think about it, and Supercross. Oh shit, Hunter Lawrence down. What happens? Hunter Lawrence, boom. You know, like the guy's clutch, man, and he's proven it, and it's great to see. It's really cool. Great job, Hunter Lawrence. Yeah, really impressive by him for sure. Just he had to get it done. He got it done. I didn't watch the press conference at all, so I didn't hear what he had to say about his race. I talked to him after the race real briefly, so I didn't interview him either. But anything stand out for what he said about his day? I mean, he's a 5 all the time. So
yeah, nothing special.
Yeah.
I talked to him briefly too, and yeah, nothing special there. But yeah, that's kind of what you expect from Hunter. I mean, honestly, after he goes 1-1 at the motocross opener, after what happened in Salt Lake, you pretty much already know what you're going to get.
I mean, dude, he really
this
he had a really uneventful day. Like he led every lap but like 1. So
well, wait though,
I said every lap but 1.
Deegs catching him. Deegs was catching him. No. Deegs catching him in the first moto. That was pretty impressive by Hayden. I don't know.
You got to remember that part.
Okay, all right, I give up. Man. We'll wrap the review pod up. I don't know what, like, yes, JT, he passed Deegs, was an amazing pass. Hayden Deegan got the gap from like 6 or 8 seconds down to 2. And that was great.
Of course.
So that's all I'm just trying to now move on to Hayden Deegan, talking about and he caught Hunter.
But
great
I was also
job.
making the point.
No one's really caught Hunter.
I was also making the point that Hunter did not have any sort of crazy day. He got to the lead by the second lap of the first moto and the first lap of the second moto, and that was it. So to the press conference comment, he probably didn't have. Why are you so annoyed right now? Like I was finishing your
dude, because if you say he had an uneventful day, like Deegan was all over him for 3 or 4 laps in the first moto, like all over him. And great job, Hunter, pulling it back out, and that's what I want to talk about again. But like,
I mean,
dude, Deegan caught him. He was all over.
I see the point you're making, JT. He didn't have anything interesting to say in the press conference because there wasn't anything that crazy. I don't expect Hunter to voluntarily be like, hold on, I want to remind everybody that there were 3 laps of the first moto where Hayden Deegan was all over me.
Like it was only like, we know how Hunter is. We know his mindset anyway.
Moving on from the press conference.
It was a very like straightforward day for him where he's going to make that kind of comment. That's all.
Of course, he's not going. Yes, he's going to say that. He's a 5, like I said earlier, all the time. So then you said he had an uneventful day.
I believe he did.
Deegs himself said it was lappers.
Did he?
He's like, I would catch him at times when we would get held up, and then I would get held up. So Deegs himself didn't even claim it, which was surprising.
He had a radiator shroud flapping. So I was wondering, what was going on with that. I did ask Cam about that, but he pulled it out of the radiator.
I mean, I do believe he had a kind of an uneventful day. I do. Like Deegan. Deegan rode phenomenally well in the first moto, but I still think for Hunter, it was kind of like that's exactly how you want your day to kind of go.
Except for getting caught. Yeah. I mean, he did. I'm trying to give Deegan some props here, man. He rode great. Like that was the closest Hayden. That might be the best Hayden's ridden. Yes, lappers.
But do you think Hunter? But Hunter went to bed last night going, man. That first moto, I'm shook. Like it kind of threw my day off.
Of course not.
No,
of course not. But Hayden Deegan caught him. Good job for Hayden Deegan to do that. I mean, I think that was the best we've seen Hayden. Yes, Hunter passed him first lap or second lap or whatever it was. And it was a sweet pass, by the way, dude. That was a slingshot like Talladega Nights. Like I'm going to go right around the outside and I'm going to pin it.
That was because Hunter did the sight lap. Deegs didn't.
That was a really curious decision by them, honestly. Both of them, Jet and Deegs, didn't do it. I think they thought it was muddier than it was because I really paid attention to what Prado's and Hunter's bikes looked like when they came off. I would even walk down just to like get a really good look. And they had time to scrape the tires off. They had virtually no mud on the bike. Like it was a miscue by Deegs and Jet to skip it out, in my opinion.
I was checking out the goggles. Everyone had tear-offs. No more roll-offs, and no one was worried. Like, somebody was going out there and checking things out, and everyone had tear-offs on the line. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, we're just doing tear-offs. Kind of even 250 guys, too.
Yeah, I think.
Like, a lot of just, I was like...
Hunter was definitely out of tear-offs after the first moto. I was kind of looking at that, too, because I was thinking the same thing. Like, these kids hate roll-offs, but it is... And obviously in the 250 class, we'll talk about it more, but it's coming back to haunt some of these guys.
Yeah, Hunter, you could see the intent. It's like he knew as soon as Deegan went inside. It's like he's about to hit a giant pile of mud, and I'm going straight.
Speaking of tear-off or roll-offs, Janolfi at 100% showed me these new ones that they have, and holy smokes, man, the film is so wide now.
They've been out for a while though,
and then they have this little rubber thing. Yeah, but for 100, it's wider than their old ones even, and it's got a rubber cover that snaps on the canisters, goes down over here. You know what I mean? Covers the tear-off over top, covers the roll-off thing. It's a total black plastic. No water's getting in there anywhere. There's no way. Then the film is like this wide now. It's so wide.
It's we all use the same vendor, so I wonder how long it'll be before everybody has it. Like they don't have like
it's the canisters.
Canisters now are off to the side. Yeah, they're off to the side now. So the
they're not even in riggers now.
Like, dude, he had me try them on or put them on, and I was just like, yeah, man, like these are so much better than, I don't know, 5 years ago. There was a company called Rip Roll or something in Europe that had really wide ones, and they were like the only guys to do it. But
everybody uses
now
a company called OGK that builds all this stuff.
Does Freddie have them on his ginormous 6D goggles?
No, I think that was a problem with those ginormous goggles. You couldn't put the roll-offs on.
Oh.
So 1 point going in Ironman. Jorge Prado 3-3, great second moto. Last week on this show, I thought it was a Unadilla thing. I guess.
I mean, first moto it was kind of right.
Like, first moto, but I mean, still got third. I guess good job.
Stu and I were having this same argument too. Like in the end result was good. So sure, take.
No, but I think you got to lean towards my theory of Unadilla being off. I think I owe Jorge maybe a written apology. Maybe I'll send him a card. Why?
He thinks that he was a lot better, like Unadilla.
What do you mean? So am I supposed to agree with Stu?
No, I'm just saying Stu and I had the same argument where I said, I don't think he's going to be as good because I think Unadilla was very good for him. I don't think it's going to be the same level from Prado that we saw. In the first moto, I felt very vindicated in that take. And then the second moto, Stu is like, no, that's all me, which.
Well, he credited bike changes like last week.
I know. I asked him specifically about it.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe he did make a move. I don't know.
He said he tried something even different in the first moto that didn't work. Second moto, they just went back to Unadilla and it was better. But it was hilarious. I don't think anyone on the show picked this up. But yes, JT and Stu were on two sides of the argument. Stu's like, the bike is better. He'll be better on all the tracks. JT's like, it was a Unadilla thing. You won't see that level of performance. First moto, JT chimes in and Stu knew it was coming. Stu just starts smiling and laughing. JT's like, notice he's 51 seconds off the lead, James. And second moto, James made sure to point out that he was behind the lead. Right. So I'm going to say you're even for the day. One moto each.
Where I screwed up was I said I don't think he's going to be on the podium because I thought Deegs would beat him. I didn't assume Jet was going to start 40th both motos or whatever.
Yes.
And
yes.
So yeah, in the end he was right with the podium. He got me on that.
You should have taken that last step.
If we go back 1 week on this show, JT disagreed with my Unadilla theory. I think.
No, I don't think so. He just said GP riders are just used to sketchy tracks without
tracks. I was on this all week, so I doubt it. Maybe. I don't think so.
Because Well, okay, so maybe the jury's out and we'll go one more week. And if our guy Jorge can put together two motos, we'll, and stay. I mean, he was as close to Hunter and Jed and all that as he's been in a long time. So what did you make of him roosting Harrison after the race and yelling at Mitchell Harrison or Mitchell Harrison again?
Did.
Yeah.
I watched the replay with Prado, which was fun. I understand why he's mad. I understand why he would be mad at Harrison because this is not Harrison's first go around with flappers this year. It's not even probably his fifth go around with the lapper situation this year. So I think that it being Mitchell probably was a big factor here. If it had just been some random guy, I don't think he would have gotten the wrath that he got. Also, which we talked about, this track's not easy to get out of the way. There's only one line. So, for Harrison, you could argue, yeah, you need to get way off the track. I think it's understandable, but shouldn't be assumed that he's going to do that. And I think Prado was just pissed he got past too. So there's a lot of that in there. And also it was like the 6th lapper in a row that Prado couldn't get around. So I think it was like a cumulative effect that Harrison got the brunt of.
Yeah, like I said, I watched it, and I mean, Harrison looked to me like he was just riding, and it's just Bud's Creek.
He did look.
Like, I don't know. I didn't see Harrison
slow down and look back right in the main line, which wasn't ideal. Wasn't great.
So Jorge Prado 3-3, Hayden Deegan 2-4, Jet Lawrence 5-2.
Hey, hold on Prado and Harrison.
Oh, okay.
One thing that is undeniable is the level of improvement of Prado on this track compared to last year. Where
great point.
JT and I joked about this on multiple shows, where he wasn't even fast enough to qualify last year, if you remember, at Bud's. And then I realized when he was forced to race still by his team, who said, no, there's a provisional, you're still racing. Wasn't it when Harrison on the privateer Cowboy got close that he's like, this is as far back there's no way I'm letting this guy beat me.
It was Welton. Harrison beat him.
Oh, Harrison beat him. Okay.
Yeah.
That actually even furthers my point more.
Yeah.
How about Jorge getting 1 lap faster?
Yeah.
Compared to last year. So
that's
last year, he got beat by Harrison at this race. And this year he lapped him.
Great job, Jorge. Yeah.
What an improvement.
Yeah, absolutely.
A track that had statistically been very bad for him.
All right, Renthal.com, by the way. Speaking of Honda HRC, Jorge Prado. Speaking of Kawasaki as well. They're using Renthal products, chains, sprockets, bars. The mountain bike products are fantastic. New pedals from those guys. Renthal.com. You spend over $99, you get free shipping. And yeah, absolutely great stuff. Of course, 7/8 bar. They got this the Vet MXDN coming up in England. Our guy Phil will be over there, and that's the home of 7/8 bars. All those bikes have 7/8 bars. So please check that out. Renthal.com, cloth bar pads as well. And yeah, spend $99, get free shipping. What a hell of a deal. Don't forget they got chains too as well. Renthal.com. And speaking of Mitchell Harrison, Maxxis tires with that scoop, probably throwing it at Jorge every single lap out there. Maxxis.com for more information. Mountain bike tires are fantastic. Jeremy McGrath helped develop the tires, so you know they're pretty good. And then also the MXSI, tested by Chris Kiefer on Pulpmx.com. So if you really want to know how these things work, Kiefer's a bit of a tire snob, but I got him to try these Maxxis tires out. And yeah, check that out, everybody. Thank you to those guys. All right, 5th place, Mikkel Harrop, running 3rd for a while. Good job, Mikkel Harrop. Like, it's kind of, we did our preview shows, and I think I was saying he'll be top 5 here and there. And he hasn't been. He really hasn't been, except for this weekend. So 8-5 for Mikkel Harrop in his second last round of the Nationals before he heads back to Europe. So good job. I think that's all just, I mean, again, it's a start-dependent track. He nailed it, but he hasn't been nailing the starts all year long. So I almost wonder, like, if he had gotten the starts on other tracks, because can you guys name one moto where Mikkel Harrop was top 5 off the start?
First moto.
I can't. Paula, first moto?
He actually whole shot the first moto of the year.
Whole shot, you're right.
That's it.
And so, yeah, good job. 8-5 on the day. Cooper Webb, 6-9. He was 5th forever in Moto 1.
Was
Jet
he?
got him late.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're watching closely?
I went back and looked at it. Some interesting stuff going on with Team Tedder, by the way, for next year. So stay tuned. 6-9 for Coop. 10-7 for AP, who was probably the most bummed that it stopped raining because we all thought AP would just be out there dancing in that slop or whatever. He got a good start in Moto 2. AP?
I don't know, man. I didn't think about AP on Saturday like at all, and that's unfortunate.
7th overall. One of the motos he was 4th or 5th for a while. I think Moto 1. So AP 7th overall. Bam Bam Barsha had some moments, and I talked to him after the race, battling with Jet in Moto 1, battling with Deegs in Moto 2, and flying off the bike, feet off, pinned. And honestly, I gave him credit because Moto 2, Deegs caught him, and you're like, okay, he's going to go right by him. And Bam pulled it back out a little bit. Deegs did get him. Good job. But I was pretty impressed with Bam, and he was looking back a little bit, and I said to him, like, you live for this. You guys want to go to war? We'll go to war. We always make these jokes about Barsha. And he was like, yeah, I love it. I'm in the fight. The fight. So
on Deegs said he overheated the bike pretty bad, which is the Sekimoto why he was not as effective. So I don't know if that was a part of the Barsha not being able to go by. So if you watch Jet like passing other guys, Ferrandis, Webb, like once they realize it was Jet, they're just like, all right, man, I'm not going to beat you. So I'm not going to cause a big problem for you either, right? Like it's probably going to slow both of us down if I just am blocking you everywhere. And then Barsha is like the opposite, where Barsha is just going to fight for position to the death. Like I found myself, and I'm not saying this is the right take, but I found myself kind of annoyed with Barsha at the time because he's just like running Jet into the corners, and I'm like, dude, you're not going to stay in front of him. Like, so I understand like the fighting for position part of this, right? It's a race, but I did find myself kind of annoyed, like you're now like kind of affecting the championship a little bit here too, where the other guys, you could see them going, well, I'm not going to beat the guy, and I definitely don't want to be a championship headline in any way. So I'm just going to not try to force the issue here, where Barsha's like, hell no, dude, you will not cross this line, right? So I don't know. I wanted your guys' opinion because I found myself like, dude, Barsha, come on. Like, you're going to keep us from maybe what could happen later in the race here, like some sort of battle.
No, man. It's dirt bike racing. It's not your teammate. I'm not saying
I'm right. I kind of get to the point where I'm like, listen, you're not going to beat that guy. So you running him off the track and trying to like run him deep into corners is not accomplishing a lot.
Yeah, but if Jet tips over, he holds on to that spot.
He would have got up and passed him still.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't got a problem with it. Like, look, 23 years ago, if Tim Ferry had that attitude, we never would have got that moto win.
This is not for the lead.
Well, whatever.
This is a championship on the line that Tim Ferry was not in. Like, I'm just saying this situationally. If Barsha's at the front,
okay, and I got zero problems.
Barsha's at the front, they're battling for like second, and I'm saying situationally with the points the way they were and the position they're in.
Nope.
Why it doesn't?
That's my opinion. Yeah. I mean, don't hit him. Don't T-bone him. Don't
there were a couple
cross jump
times
him. All that
he
shit.
Ran him like wide, pushed him in deep in the berm and whatever. I'm like, bro, you're not. Yeah, I know this isn't 2017 anymore. You're not going to beat him. I'm sorry.
Okay, Weege.
I'm with Steve on this one. I just like when the riders are who they are, and Barsha's just being Barsha, and he didn't do anything to me that was really putting him in danger.
No, of course not.
Nothing wrong with fighting for position.
Remember when he jumped off the track with Dylan and went on a water truck lane and took him out? Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Or the head-on collision with Jet at a Supercross.
Yeah. And I'm not.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I'm not condemning Barsha here. I want to make sure that's really clear. But it was a noticeable difference between the way a lot of guys handled it versus the way Barsha handled it. That's more what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I just don't. And you did explain both sides. Like, he's allowed to. It's a dirt bike race. To me, sometimes I see the guys giving up, and I'm like, you're not supposed to do that. And yes, it is likely that if Jet tipped over, he would have caught him and beat him anyway. But we've definitely seen battles where a guy just fights, and then the dude ends up messing up behind him, and you're like, that's why it paid off.
I'm with my defense of that.
And
I've been in this spot, right, where I know there's a guy coming by me, and I'm not going to beat the guy. I know I'm not going to beat him. I always thought the fastest possible way for this to happen is for me to take a secondary line, him go by, and me go as fast as I can right behind him. Me riding defensively for the next lap and a half to block him at every corner is actually slowing both of us down and actually hurting my results.
He did crash pretty good too. Got up quick, so it was pretty good tumble for him. But yeah, he liked it. He was in the fight. He battled those guys.
It's kind of unfortunate. He's been the last 3 or 4 rounds, like, probably better than maybe it appears. Like, Barsha's like a 6th place guy right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, 6 to 10 or whatever.
The average person and be like, Barsha's been a disaster this year. He hasn't. He's been as good as that whole second tier of dudes for about a month or so now.
This could be a dumb question. It wouldn't be my first time. How's he doing? Oh, I was going to say, how's he doing at SMX points? He's well in. Never mind. Okay, I wasn't sure. He missed so much of Supercross
because what he did, like 3 Supercrosses and
No, I like it. I think it's cool. And yeah, maybe Jet tips over or something or whatever. But I mean, I get JT's point too. It's not insane, but yeah, he loved it. He was happy with it. That's no surprise either. He thought it was pretty good to be in the fight with those guys. And then Deegs he's looking back at Deegs. And then in that second moto battle, RJ's in the mix and he goes off the track, flies off a berm. And then you're just like, okay, well, he's done. And then like 3 laps later, dude, I'm watching and there's a white fender in the screen, right?
Yeah, dude.
Just like, here he goes, man. RJ coming back, Fly Racing Zone.
It's freaking great.
You know, you want to talk about a guy that just never changes, right? Barsha, RJ, right? Yep.
He just dies over a berm. You don't even see him get up.
No.
He could be stuck in the fence like Jet was in practice. He could be in a pond. Who knows? Nope.
Just I'm just a Terminator. Yeah.
He's back.
First moto, RJ was stuck in second after the first lap, he said. Stuck in second.
That's crazy.
Broke
I
his
can't believe he didn't blow his bike up.
Right? Okay. Stuck in second for the last 10 minutes. Okay. Stuck in second for 32 minutes.
Hayden has all the gears and he was about to blow his bike up.
Yeah. And then what was it his interview with you where he's like, dude, jumping big gulp in second gear? I'm like, dude, he was still doing the jumps.
Yeah. All right, Tomac, 413.
First moto was good.
Yeah.
First moto was something. It was more of a something than last week's first moto.
Yeah.
I am very okay with the first moto.
Second moto, he was 20th off start. First time I saw him pop up, he was 20th. So 20 to 13th for Eli.
Yep. I mean,
first moto is a massive relief if you're an Eli Tomac fan. And
all we talked about was baby steps to get back to where he wants to be. And if that's the line you're taking, you got to be okay with what we're seeing. I know it's not. I know he's not in the fight to win. He's not anywhere near Prado. I understand all those things. But if you're just looking for signs of life to get back to the guy he was, I think you're getting it.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like 10 minutes where he was
right there.
Deegs and Hunter kind of in sight? Maybe half the moto? That's all you can ask for.
Probably about halfway. Yeah. And then his time started dropping. Right. RJ 12.6, Marchbanks 9.11. Passed a whole bunch of guys, got up to 5th.
Brutal.
Yep, got up to 5th. He was cruising. It was good.
Did anybody see it?
And he fell. I didn't see it. No. Off day for Ferrandis, 14.8. I honestly, you guys are focused on the TV show and what's going on. I was there live I got nothing.
Second moto, I was watching him because Jet had to come through that pack, so we got to watch him for a little bit. He was just fine. He was on the same pace as Webb, and Marchbanks was a little quicker than them, but there was like a pack of like 6 guys that were all kind of doing the same speed. They were like 210, 212, something like that, and they were just all riding around together mostly.
Malcolm Stewart 15-14 for Mookie. Probably not having that much fun right now.
Nope.
I talked to Nathan Ramsey after the race, and I said, "Hey, is this like an SMX points thing?" He's like, "No, we just want to get him racing so that when the first SMX hits, he's got some races under his belt." I'm like, "Okay, makes sense." Thank you to Racetech, by the way, racetech.com. They still got some spots left for seminars if you want to take them in the fall. A lot of suspension people have started with Racetech, and Brandon Shar, Kippo, our buddy at Cowie, many other guys have started at Racetech. Todd Brown was a Racetech guy. Racetech.com to learn more about their suspension seminars. And then also mention this show to get a discount on your suspension work as well. Moto work, racetech.com. And helping riders since 1981, I think.
Paul Feed, bro.
Dr. D was a Racetech guy forever. Yeah, Paul Feed. Racetech.com. And also Renthal, Maxxis, motorsport.com, Brunt Work Wear, Onyx Maps, and more we'll tell you about. Christian Craig, 11-18. Benny Bloss, new 2-year deal for Benny. Multi-year deal for Benji at Beta.
But still good to hear.
Yeah. Jordan Smith crashed up.
This was a guy last year who told me he was worried the better he did, the more it'd make good riders think the beta is okay, and he was actually going to hurt his chances of keeping his ride.
Yes.
That's what he told me last year.
Same guy, right.
I don't think there's a ton of guys
it didn't work that way.
Angling to go over there. But I get his point, but I don't.
RJ rode the bike.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't say that.
I just don't think it's like if he was in the second spot at Cowie, I'd be like, yeah, man, you're in a predicament here.
I think RJ would have done the deal if they did outdoors, but they're not doing outdoors.
He would have gone to beta?
RJ said he was pretty surprised. Yes.
Really?
He was surprised with the bike.
RJ said
yes.
it.
Really?
He did.
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
Did
he
he tell
said
you
he
that?
was about to sign with a team that only does Supercross.
That could be.
And he felt he had more in him outdoors.
I mean, it could. That could very well be. Okay.
It's not. It could, but it is not.
Jed Beaton, 16-15. I talked to him after the race a little bit. He'll be on Team Australia for the MXDN, by the way. Yeah, Jed Beaton, 16-15. He said he's got a loose program. He's full privateer. They're driving around, him and his buddies. But he did say his bike was pretty close to his race bike. I asked him about that. He brought some parts over from Craig Dack Racing. So I also said, is Dack giving you any bonus money for these results? And he laughed and said, no, my credit card is doing everything for me. So Jed Beaton, 16-15. He had the same thing as everybody. He's like, I could get used to this track. It's just a weird track. I said, yeah, it's really locals only. You got to kind of know how to ride it your first time. Ironman will be more really like Unadilla.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not questioning him.
It's a tricky track.
I never felt that way. I always felt like it was so easy to feel comfortable on.
Oh, I've heard from a lot of guys. They're like, I just didn't flow today. I just didn't get into the lines. I didn't get in the off cameras. I didn't figure everything out. Jordan Smith had a bad day. Crashed in the first moto. His bike broke, I think, then after that. 17th in Moto 2. Tondal. The corn dog hype, man.
Yeah, man.
What's happening? You guys did features on him. His grandpa was there.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's been rough.
Corn dog.
Who were you saying that?
But then I was
saying that corn dog's been a lot better than a little while ago. I don't think it was. And you're saying, no, corn dog way better than who it was, though.
Well, I did propose a Mark Finnis for corn dog trade.
Nah, it was
but Finnis, Finnis did worse. Finnis was 1936 on the day. No word on whether he introduced himself to Derek Rankin as team manager or not. Didn't hear on that. But
wow.
Zacho 2020 garbage starts.
Right.
He went. I think he said 3 teeth different on the rear sprocket to help the starts. Might have said 4. Because the starts were so bad at Unadilla. So they went 3 teeth different to help him off the starts. I said, did it help? He said, nope, not at all. So garbage starts for Zacho in his return to Moto 2020. He did get 4 points, though. So Rod Bell, Pastrana picked him for the whole shot and laid laps.
He did?
Yep. So I don't know if TP 199 is exactly following the series, but it's great to see.
Maryland knows Maryland, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then what else? 450 wise. Is that it? Freddie Nor had a bad day.
He had a horrible day.
We didn't have the Finnis magic this time.
No.
We will probably be tagged on some dumbbell presses this week, and he will come back strong in Ironman, literally.
Well, that's his home track.
Yeah, that's true.
He rides there, so Finnis could be a good finisher this weekend. So, all right, 450s. Bud's
Who's
Creek,
stronger, Rod Bell or Magnus Smith from Denmark? And I'm basing that totally on the fact that the guy is a world's strongest man name.
From a Finnis?
Yeah, you said
Finnis
Rod
versus
Bell.
Magnus Smith. Like, who deadlifts more?
Yeah. I'm going to go Finnis because I've seen the Instagram.
Yeah.
Right?
You don't want to challenge someone named Magnus Smith to a test of strength, though.
No, you don't. All right, 1 point. Who gets it?
You know what I had just thought of today, which I did not think about yesterday? I'm like, they're practically tied because, it's a 3-point gap. No, that 1 point is massive. It's massive. A 2-1, 1-2, the 1 point makes all the difference. So you got to factor that in.
Penalties.
Jets got to outscore.
Didn't help.
Hunter's only got to tie him.
Right.
That's pretty big. Honestly, I think I'm going to pick Hunter. I think maybe it's just because you want to see he didn't get it in Salt Lake and he's come close so many times. So maybe I'm confusing facts with wants, but I just think everyone would be pumped for the guy if he got it done.
Hunter too. I think Hunter gets it done. I really do. Yep.
Yeah, I think the math says Hunter. The only thing I'll throw in there is that Jet, when the pressure's the highest and the lights are the brightest, he is unbelievably good at coming through in those situations. So I'm kind of with you guys on everything's telling me Hunter, but I have that in the back of my mind with Jet.
I will also say, until the gate dropped in the main event at Salt Lake, all the math, everything was favoring Hunter as well, and Roczen just freaking found a way to get it. So it happens.
Dude, what if Jet wins? He gets second, and we go to SMX, and Jet wins that again.
I know.
Oh
I
my
said
God,
that on
dude.
a call this week. I'm like, not only are we on the
Holy
precipice
smokes.
of this happening 3 times, it could be 4 in a month.
Yeah. And
Motorsport
we said no one has ever lost 2 winner-take-alls in the same year. Like, this is...
Yeah.
No one's even been in 2 winner-take-alls in the same year.
Motorsport.com, go through the banner to help us out. They're giving away a Quad Lock Honda at each and every national. You can go there and check it out. You can win this bike from Quad Lock, and go to motorsport.com as well. They got weekly prizes, including fly racing gear. And motorsport.com, OEM and aftermarket parts, free shipping over $79, and you can get all the aftermarket or great prices on that, on great prices on OEM stuff as well. Motorsport.com, go through the banner to help us out. Thank you to that. And Weege also on X Maps.
Yes, OnX Maps, endorsed by the new 250 motocross points leader, Cole Davies. They got 750,000 miles of trails on maps, and you can download them offline. So if you're in an area where you don't get cell service, plus you can leave notes, read notes from others. And this is for dirt bike trails. This is for backpacking, hiking, hunting. If you got a 10 array in the garage and you still haven't used it, I would highly recommend OnX Maps. So go to onxmaps.com or OnX Off-Road, or just look at Cole Davies' social media because he's plugging it as well.
I take offense to that. I have gone out on the 10 array, just not recently.
Oh, you have?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I've got 4 or 5 rides on that thing.
How's the 2027 YZ250F? How's that bike?
Really?
How is
really
it?
Really going to do that? Yeah. Do I look like a 250F
I can't believe
rider?
you didn't go. I'm seriously,
I can't believe you guys think. I can't believe that you guys can't believe I didn't go.
What do you mean?
Like, yeah.
I will be honest. I was there, and it didn't even occur to me that you would be there.
Really? Like,
So there
you are
you
a
go.
huge Yamaha, like, promoted
Influencer, ambassador.
media entity. I did
Yes.
not.
It didn't even occur to me that you should be there or would be
Really?
there. But then
Right.
when I got the idea plan in my head on Saturday, then of course I'm just going to
I
ride
was the
that
opposite.
train.
Like, I never dreamt that you wouldn't be there. Truly, like, really,
Oh.
I didn't.
I'll be honest. I never really got an invite. That would be fine if I went. They would not care, obviously, but it was never really presented to me. I had to find out through my buddy Kiefer, but the media went out, and then I mean, obviously, Yamaha knows that I'm going to find out through Kiefer and all of that. But yeah, I'm just not a 250F guy. I guess I'm not that
notified of that.
Yeah, blame Mike Ulrich.
I will not do that, but I am curious.
Yeah, well, he's the gentleman that would definitely in the past.
I would
always
rather
invite
just
me.
blame you because I like Mike too much.
The club facility is pretty impressive, though. The media was into it. And yeah, it was a
badass.
good time at Yamaha riding the new bike. Yeah. Okay.
Cool thing I heard
250s.
happen was they had, this is a great idea. Like, you got to ride stock bikes with Jet and Hunter, right? That's cool. They had a new Honda. Didn't they bring in an even faster guy the day you left?
No, I don't
Honda?
know who that is. No, I don't know who that
Where's
is.
number 10? Fly
No,
gear? Looked amazing.
No, I don't deal
Not
with
Hymas
has-beens
from 2 years ago, but
I don't deal with has-beens.
he was faster than
Yeah,
than
you've
Jet.
never been one to live in the past. That's for sure.
No, I don't deal with that.
The coolest thing I heard is they had like Hunter Yoder, Lala Turner, Malinowski, like all the club dudes just came over and just started doing laps on the stock bike. And I'm like, that is a
Chad
great...
Reed? Chad Reed?
Chad Reed?
Yeah.
Chad Reed. I think Chad said he wasn't going to ride, but then he did in the end. And I'm like, this is not a tradition to have this level of like guys who are backed by the brand ride at these things, but it's starting to become more common. I think it's an awesome idea.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's cool to have. Well, Trey's obviously involved with it, but at the Honda thing, the Lawrence brothers and then Trey Kennard and then Brayton came back out. Yeah, it's great.
And I know that Yoder isn't Cole Davies, but Yoder's still good enough to get 14th in a moto. It would still blow anyone's mind how fast he can go. It's a great idea to do that.
Or Lala, right?
Or she got a lot of buzz of like, oh my God, is she fast?
Yeah. By the way, a listener of mine had a great nickname, Laughlin Turner Overdrive.
Nice.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, we could start using that. By the way, I'd rather talk to Hunter Yoder than Cole Davies, though. Because when I talk to Hunter Yoder, man, I always walk away going, what did we just talk about? What is going on with Yoder right now? So
I think I might have a little next El Chupacabra going here.
Oh.
Something about me and Davies, dude.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Just like the good old days of Blake Baggett.
I walked into the track on Saturday morning from the godforsaken rental car property at Budds Creek, and Jesus, we just can never figure that out. We can never get that figured out. It's been 30 years, but can't get that nailed down. Anyways, I walked in with a gentleman, and it wasn't Cole Davies' dad. I think it was Manier's dad because he's Aussie. He looked like him a little bit.
He does.
Really nice guy. Yeah, really nice guy.
Of course.
He knew me. Yeah. So I'm in with the dads. I'm tight with the dads. Cole Davies' dad and we got a thing.
You're 52 years old. Like, yeah, you're going to be in with the dads. I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Chance Hymas, 7th different winner in the 250 class this year. And since that Millville win, he has been consistently top 5 or better since then. 2-1 on the day for Chance Hymas, and really cool to see. It's been a long, kind of road back from him. He was telling me at Millville, he's like, that Supercross, my injury in Supercross, not the knee, but shoulder from a crash affected me more than I thought. It's been banged up a lot. And yeah, man, 2-1 for Chance Hymas. So good job for Honda, for Hymas, all of that. I think he's getting a new deal there. It's just not announced yet. Well, I'll check in with Lars. Yeah, same time I'll check in with the Lawrence contract as well. But yeah, Chance Hymas, everybody, 2-1. Great job. Really, really great day.
I think you deserve credit because you've been on the front end of like this shoulder thing has taken longer than anybody thought, including Chance, to kind of get back versus like the knees. He kind of bounced right back. So floor is yours.
I got a little lucky on that because the team manager has been in a lot of press conferences this year, and Hymas was struggling huge at the beginning of the year, and we were all trying to figure out what was up. And then somewhere along the way, he just mentioned like the shoulder injury has been tougher for him than he thought it would be. So then at Southwick, I just found him on Friday, and I'm like, oh, is this shoulder injury a bigger deal than we thought? And he was literally getting it worked on by Doc G at the time, and then they went through the whole
this is
frozen shoulder and how bad it was, and I'm like,
this is Southwick. So this is
this is what is that, round 5?
Right.
And I'm like, that sucks that the first 8 motos of the season happened and we did not know that this was like that bad of an injury. Because I feel like when he got hurt in Supercross, it was going to be no big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of learned that the hard way. And he earned it, dude, because Kitchen was trying. Kitchen, I think, was pretty banged up from that first moto crash, but Kitchen was digging. It was no gimme for Hymas to hold on and win the moto. He would have lost the overall.
Yeah. Yeah. I posed this question in the post-race show. If you're Cole Davies, are you cheering for Levi to get Hymas so that you can get the overall and the money, or you want the 3 points? You want the 3 points, right?
I shouldn't speak for him, but for me, it would be points all day.
Yeah. It just was interesting to watch that, where you were like, oh, this is the overall, but wait, this is all for the championship.
I think, too, like it's not that 50 grand is not a lot of money, but it's not the 100 like the 450 class. So
do you guys think Davies, you've talked about the heat and how it affects him, but it's been a while. He's been in Florida now, which is very hot, but he did really drop off in the second moto, like halfway through.
I mean, I think it's still a liability.
It was humid.
Yeah.
It was humid.
Liability. Like, he's probably going to be champ, so you can't bag on him too much, but I still think it is a thing.
I mean,
think he got a little lucky that, Washougal, Unadilla, and the first moto, that's 5 motos where it could have been hot. And it
Millville,
like there were a bunch of races that should have been worse.
If we had raced Millville on Friday, good Lord.
Yes. Great point. It was hot at Millville, but it wasn't nearly as hot on Saturday as Friday. I think he got a little lucky.
We have been very fortunate. You're right.
No. Millville Saturday was awesome.
Friday was brutal.
I thought that was great. Yeah. So yeah, Hymas gets passed by Davies in Moto 1, and Davies goes to win. Hymas hangs in there, good job. And the second moto, Hymas is checked out, gone. Good job on that. Cole Davies won.
Kitchen,
I guess not checked out. Kitchen, you're right. So getting to Kitchen, I said this to Mitch Payton. He didn't really care, but I mean, Levi Kitchen might be the fastest guy in the last 4 motos that really has nothing to show for it other than a moto win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's lost points every week and it's gone horrific and he got penalized this week. But like, just raw speed, you're like, Levi Kitchen, holy shit. And then
the first moto,
you
can't blame anybody but Levi. Like, I mean, that's all on him, you know?
Yeah. No. But Amazing speed for really no results other than a moto
And
win.
4 points for your troubles.
Last four
Positions for your troubles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. I've been carrying the flag all summer that maybe we were just sleeping on Davies as just the next dominant dude in this class. Even if he wins this title, I'm going to still say I'm wrong because I think Kitchen has proven he's at least outdoors. He probably is the fastest guy. But
no, I push back on that. No.
Davies?
Yes. Yeah. Kitchen has his moments. I'm not saying that, but
I guess I'm just saying I want to give Kitchen credit for hauling ass these last 4 motos. But
dude. Yeah.
Nothing to show for it.
That move on the grass, and Mosman got penalized for the right-hand side of the start of doing that. That's been a thing. That's been a move for many riders over the years.
Millville used to be the very inside also.
Yeah.
Yep. Remember Chad did that at Ironman.
Oh, yeah.
A couple guys did it at that Jacksonville GP. Like, it was the thing, and it's not allowed. It's not allowed.
Kelly Smith, High Point, lined up on the inside where the tractor didn't rip it all the way.
Whoa,
he got it.
What year is this?
No, not the mud year, sir.
Okay.
It was dry. It was dry.
I was going to ask, what's the statute of limitations? Can that win be taken away? That would have been amazing.
Welton told me, I picked Marshall in fantasy, kind of screwed me. But Welton told me, I've got 28th pick. I'm going on the far outside and getting up on the grass. And I'm like, yeah, good move, man. Good move. Let's do it. But Mosman took the gate. Mosman had the pick before him. So Mosman had that. And obviously, if anybody was going to think about it, is Michael Mosman. Also, by the way.
Finnis did
What's that?
450. Yeah.
Finnis, yeah. So
I have a question. JT, you're
Mitch
down
was
there.
fine with the penalty. Mitch was fine with the penalty, by the way. He was like, yeah, it sucks. I get it.
Honestly,
it was
you got to be, because I thought the penalty was going to be worse.
Yeah.
I thought the penalty was going to be like 10. Not 4.
But I'm saying you guys have known there's not, when you're involved as the rider or the team manager, you are not always rational. You do not think about
exactly.
You think that everyone's out to get you. So Mitch Payton was like, this is fine.
I agree. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, I was waiting for them to say 10 positions. So when I heard 4, you'd have to be pretty irrational to be like, what?
Yeah.
But JT, I have a question about that. The inside gate thing has become like a bit of a myth at Buds because, yes, it was redone for donations 20 years ago, and that was designed to be inside heavy, and that worked then. It's not exactly now what it is. Like, the angle of that inside gate doesn't even make any sense to me at all. So my question is, Jet also picked that inside gate.
He was second gate.
Yeah. Oh, second on the inside. And he wasn't first pick either, right?
He was third
he was
pick.
Not.
And
okay, Deeks qualified quickest.
Marchbanks went very inside, but Jet went second gate by himself. Nobody else was even over there. Deeks was actually Deeks went third gate. He was first pick.
Yeah.
Then Hunter went outside. Tomac, they like going outside, and then Jet went one inside Deeks, and then Marchbanks was like, this should work. I'll just go inside both of them as the worst starter of this whole group, which didn't work at all.
Here's what I'm getting at with Kitchen. It seemed like a questionable decision to have the first gate pick and pick that one. I know that the stereotype at Budds Creek is that it's an inside dominant, but just look at it's so awkward. Like, you look at it from straight on and you're like, how did the gate and this mound of dirt end up? What one's going? The gate is shooting you left, and the dirt is shooting you right.
It's not as bad on the second gate.
It still helps.
First gate is not great.
But that's the one he picked.
But Weege, so last week, Kitch went outside.
Yes, that was a
mistake,
and it didn't
work, and that was a mistake. And I talked to Mitch about that, and he said, he was out there in the first moto and pulled it, so he just thought he could pull it again. Just like because he did. When I say pull it, he was top 5 or 6, which is good enough. Whatever.
And a lot of hole shots do come from the gate he picked at Unadilla.
Yes,
but it's feast or famine.
But I wonder if it was an overreaction to that a little bit. Like, oh yeah, I'm too far out. Watch this.
That's what I was afraid of. Where he's just like, okay, I'm just going to go inside, and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work out. And then I'm like, oh my god, it did. But then we saw the replay, and I'm like, oh no, it didn't.
Than 2007, which is part of the point, I think, or maybe your whole point. It is not what it was. Budds Creek Motocross Nation 2007. It is not. It's not
exactly. Yeah. I just
speaking of
Levi's,
he
needs to be further inside, sure, but the first gate, I was like, dude, I don't think this is going to work out.
It's still favored to the first 10.
Yeah, of course. But
still,
it used
anywhere
to be a
around
straight
there.
Line from the first gate to the first corner. Now it's you have to go back right and then left. Like it's not the same.
Speaking of Welton, so then he was telling me a strategy about getting on the grass, but Mosman had it. So then I watched him off the start just for whatever. I watched the replay, and he just pins it to the outside, but he didn't realize they scraped all the mud out there, and he just hit the mud and fell over. Yeah, it was just hilarious. Like pin it, and then into the slope. So speaking of the parade lap, nobody in the 250s took one, and Levi told Mitch after the race that there was, they just dropped the blade and they scrape it while in that first lap crash, there was just a hole there. He said just a massive hole. Didn't see it. So parade lap might have helped that also. But
where Kitch,
he and no one else
crashed was
no one else
pretty
did
good. I mean, they'd fixed that whole section.
That's not what he told me.
We watched it about 12 times. We must have replayed the thing 6 times.
Yeah. No, you did replay it. Landon Gordon, 3-7. Landon Gordon comes out of nowhere to podium at Supercross and comes out of nowhere and podiums this race. Good job, Landon Gordon. Qualified well too. So he's a SoCal kid, so I don't know where the hell that comes from, but qualified really well in the slop, then gets a good gate pick, then gets a good start, and has a great day.
I don't know who initially brought it up, but that podium he got in Cleveland was in the mud also, muddy conditions. So I kind of posed it to him like, hey, is this a mud thing? And he's like, nah. But I mean, clearly he can ride those conditions well. Whether it was that specifically or not, not for me to decide because he was fast even in the morning. But yeah, that was good. I really think for him and Manir and these guys, like they need to put those in because I don't know that their futures are guaranteed over there, right? So you got to show some flash to lock some stuff in.
Well, they're all back next year.
Yeah.
All the kids.
Right. I'm just saying, like, we all know how fleeting it can be over there if you're not getting the job done.
Code Pulpmx to save at Fly Racing, flyracing.com, by the way. Check them out. RJ Hampshire, never giving up with Fly Racing gear. Cooper Webb, who knows how he's doing, but he's got Fly Racing gear. Chance Hymas winning Fly Racing gear. And Lux Turner, Fly Racing gear as well. 7.9 for him on the day. Caden Manir, 5.10. Beaumer's second moto was really good. That was pretty impressive. To fourth. He rode pretty well to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
Manir, Turner, Caden Dudney, 16.8. Drew Adams, second moto was good, 17.5.
Yeah.
First moto he crashed. First moto, bad start. It got up to 16th or 15th, then crashed out of the top 20, and then came back to 17th. I think Drew did. So, and then Mumford, Mumphy.
Anyone know the status?
Probably.
To me, but,
no, I didn't.
I mean, just the way he was holding it,
text.
that scream dislocated to me. Just got done it. I know what it looks like, feels like, but either way, it sucks.
Yeah, bummer. Fourth in the first moto. Another summer of Mumphy moto.
Yep.
Good job on that. That was just kind of where he's going to be, right? Nathan Ramsey was really stoked with Landon Gibson's ride.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is Landon Gibson staying as amateur? I think he is.
He's going to Triumph, and I think he's going to do SMX next for Supercross, and then Pro as Outdoors.
Yep. Nathan was pretty stoked on it as well. So,
yeah, dude, he crashed, I think, on the first lap, and then you got to figure that was the worst moto to try to come through, and he did.
And Henry Miller was good, by the way. Henry Miller just did his Henry Miller things. Just slowly picked guys off. 13th in the second moto. So, Parker Ross second moto.
I'm digging through it. I'm trying to find
23rd.
What?
That's awesome.
Wow.
Somebody crashed on the last lap. Was it Parker Ross? There was flags waving on the last lap. Sure. There was somebody
Parker
down.
Ross was in second place. Is all I'm talking.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
24-23 for Parker Ross. Yoder 13-18. Pierce Brown. It's been rough for Pierce Brown coming back. He's never been an outdoor guy, but he's had good finishes. But it's been a bit of a
first turn, first lap crashes a lot too. Yep.
That's it. Thrasher on the last lap crashed or bike broke. Moto 1.
Okay.
He was 8th or 9th, and then just 23rd. So don't know exactly what happened. Ryder Malinowski turned pro as well for the club guys. 1922 for him.
Crashed
first
the
pro race.
lap of the second moto and was dead last. So
yep.
Decent comeback.
Ryder D. Yeah, Ryder D went off the track, and then he was in the Giggle Weeds for a little bit in Moto 2. Saw that.
The
I
giggle
don't
weeds.
even know what that means.
The giggle weeds.
Is that a Canadian
Nothing funny
thing?
about it. Maybe. So 14 points for Cole Davies with one race to go. I like his chances. I really like Cole Davies' chances to bring this home.
I mean, you feel like you know how
So-
it's going to go. He's going to get a good start and just play it as it goes, right?
Yeah.
Like he's not going to do anything stupid. He's not going to have to try to go win. His starts are such a critical aspect of this because he starts near the front every time, and it just takes all the randomness out of it.
Yeah, you think of how bad Unadilla should have gone, but I mean, I just defer to Stu a lot. That practice crash was bad. He didn't look good at any moment, but Stu just kept telling me, he's like, yeah, it doesn't look good at all, but whole shot changes a lot. And dude, you just start up front in every moto, and it's like the chances that you're going to have a really bad race are very low.
He's the best guy. He's going to win the title.
Okay.
I think he's faster than Kitchen. Me and Weege can argue about that or whatever, but he's also been very fortunate. He's had some fortune come his way in terms of weather, in terms of other guys having
He's also
issues,
had- He's also
all of
had
that.
misfortune too.
But
Dude,
I mean, his brakes.
he's
He
had
lost
some
his
too.
brakes
Like-
to Colorado.
In
DNF
Colorado,
versus Louisville.
yeah, he had problems.
I get some of both.
I don't know. He's had some stupid stuff happen too.
Okay.
I think he had a whole shot device stuck. Somehow he went down the downhill rollers at High Point with the whole shot device still on.
Yeah,
I don't remember that, but okay.
Dude, like
Yep.
most of the motos at the beginning of the year where something was wrong. He won one at
Yeah,
Hangtown. So
right.
I don't feel like if you get taken out by your teammate, you get a hole in the gas tank and DNF, you can't say you got lucky.
No, I'm not saying lucky.
Yeah.
No, fortunate. I think fortunate. Like just
Yeah.
like the Unadilla thing could have been really bad, and he ends up winning, right?
Yes.
His Hymas crashes, and Levi gets his. I don't know. Yeah, I just.
Oh, there's no doubt.
But-
if Levi actually had that whole shot and didn't crash and didn't get penalized, but I'm sure if you're Davies, you're like, yeah, but the point shouldn't have been that close going into Unadilla.
Anyways,
That's only
sure.
because I left 40 of them on the track for things that I didn't.
But-
weren't my fault.
Levi was caught in that Millville thing too, so I don't know what Levi ended up
Yeah,
getting.
and Levi got
12 more points or whatever, but
I think
Yeah.
I got like
Levi
what-
probably
yeah,
had 6 first turn
And-
crashes this year.
and obviously, look, 22 motos, the champion is a champion, and everyone
Yeah.
has their ups and downs. So,
Yep.
but it does
And
say
he's won a
something that
lot.
there's.
This is not he got 4th every week and somehow
No.
won the title. He has won a lot.
But it does say something that there's been 7 different winners.
Yeah.
In this class, we might have an 8 this weekend because
Yep.
let's say Levi can't put it together, and then Cole rides safely. We could literally have
I think
another.
it's going to be between
Beaumare could pull this thing off.
Hymas, Levi, Cole, Beaumare.
Yeah.
I
Ryder,
don't
You know
know.
what's-
It's like, I guess
maybe
Ryder
Ryder.
could
Also
find a way,
unfortunate-
but I don't know. I don't know that we can get anyone.
Yeah.
This reeks of a Ryder D sneaking out a win at the last round when everybody's kind of like, and Ryder D gets 2 starts and
know.
pulls it
I
off.
don't know.
Okay.
You know what's one other
Anyways.
unfortunate thing for Kitchen? I actually feel like his starts, he almost fixed them. Like they have gotten way better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just also coincided with the luck being terrible at the same time. Like none of these starts have been bad the last couple of motos.
Yeah. He
way
told me
better
not to
than he
worry
was
about
at
his
the beginning of the year. Where
He
he
told
was
me
like
not to worry about
15th
his
into the
starts.
first turn every week. Nothing to show for it, like you said.
Fly Racing, Racer X review. One last thing to talk about before we get into this. Renthal, Race Tech, Maxxis, Motorsport, Brunt, on X Maps. Oh, Brunt Work Wear.
Brunt, bro.
You know who
we got
was
to talk about Brunt.
Brunt? Travis Pastrana.
Head to toe.
He's a Brunt guy. Yeah, he's been a big Brunt guy for a while.
Took the brunt of.
And did you see today
pants,
what happened?
shirt.
Did you see today
Yeah.
what happened?
Yes.
He broke his leg. He's supposed to ride one more time or something, and then he broke his leg.
They were finally doing a Nitro Circus in Annapolis, like his hometown for the first time. And then I guess it was this morning he got hurt.
I don't know. But he
I mean, he
gave
wasn't
a
hurt
whole-
Saturday. We can verify.
Yeah. Did you talk to him at all, Weege?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we did an interview. You can watch SMX Insider
No,
on Thursday.
I saw that, but like, did you
Yeah,
talk to him?
what do you mean?
Not your shilling, not the shilling stuff.
Yes. And I will say on the scale of Pastrana and Stu, when Stu showed up, when JT and I were done talking to Pastrana and then Stu came in, Pastrana was still like a 12-year-old kid. Like he was so
It's
stoked.
too, bro.
It's Stu.
Yeah, Stu
Yeah.
does that too.
Like
I
as
mean,
big a star as Travis is, not that
Yeah.
James didn't care about Travis, but Travis still had like googly eyes for Stu.
Right.
It's amazing.
Travis is you wouldn't think so, but dude, he's kind of a student of the sport. He knows old school
he-
guys. He knows
remembers
titles.
races of
He
and I
is
when we were,
old
like,
school.
Literally like 10 years old. Seriously, he does.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
it's
he-
crazy.
that was crazy.
He does.
Are you
Yep.
similar age at
No,
all?
but he was so big that he always raced like bigger bikes. So I'm like 4 years older than him, but he was on, like, when I was on an 80, age appropriate, he was on an 80 because he was so big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he it's impressive. I've bench raced with him before. I've had him on different. Yeah, the guy knows it, man. He really does. So that's
Steve,
cool.
He was talking about battles with JT when they were like
Date
he would have
City?
been like
Literally.
10 years old.
No, say it was a date. Like
He
some
was
of them
talking
were
about
at Date City, like legitimately, like his Wile E. Coyote thing on the chest protector, and like,
There's people out there that swear he's older than what he says he is as an amateur. Like his whole,
trust me,
his
I
whole
knew
life.
him. He was every bit of the 8-year-old, just a giant 8-year-old.
Right.
He's awesome.
He's a legend.
It's just sad, actually, how cool he is and how good he is at everything. That you just, can there be another one somewhere? Like, can we get another one?
He's a ledge.
He's a ledge, dude.
He's a ledge.
And there's only one. Like, there's no other human on earth anything like him.
But he wears Brunt boots and Brunt Work Wear. And Pulpmxshow was code saves you with Brunt, the Mare and the Omen boot. Choosing work boots, JT, used to mean sacrificing comfort or durability. You know all about that. Frank would know all about that. Frank would wear work boots. He's a real man. Frank. I said Frank.
He said Frank.
If they felt good, they didn't last. And if they lasted, they wrecked your feet. But no, not the Brunt Work Wear. They all thought that was BS. So they built tough boots that feel great from day one. No break-in, no sore feet. People out there doing real work shouldn't have to choose between comfort and durability like Frank.
Travis had a Brunt shirt on at the track yesterday.
Travis did, yeah, he's a big Brunt guy. Okay, before we go on the show, MXDN. Weege?
I don't know, man.
Okay, all right, wrapping up, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Could that be a slogan? Could they just have a slogan? Team USA. I don't know, man.
I will take bets.
We put that on the shirts.
I will take bets against Team USA being on the podium.
Well, I meant more the team itself, JT, but yeah. Would you bet if it was Justin Cooper, Hayden Deegan, and Levi, would you bet on that?
I still wouldn't have them on the podium. I don't think I would take bets against
I might take that
I don't think
bet.
I would take bets against it.
Okay, I would take that bet. Yeah.
I feel like that team is in, as I like to call it, the just show up range. Like, it's one day, crazy stuff happens. I think they're in range. They're not the best team, but you're in range of it all working out. I mean, we see the fourth best team win that race all the time because something dumb happens to somebody. Like, they're in range. Now what we're hearing, I mean, it appears that you won't have Jay Coop didn't even race over the weekend. So
he was sick, right? Yeah.
Yes, that's a problem in its own right. I think the Yamaha guys are going to end up being out. Deegan is making sure to say, no, don't say I'm out yet, but I think that's what's going to happen.
If you asked me, if someone had put me on the spot, I'd say, yeah, he's going to be out. Like, I know he's pushing back on Instagram against that, but I still think he's going to be out.
Yes, I believe where we're headed is no J. Coop, no Deegs. I mean, you really can't say Tomac or Plessinger. They haven't really done anything to make you think, even if they were on the team, that it's going to be great. Plessinger, I did say he would do it, actually, even though he's switching teams. But, like,
of course, AP would do it. Yeah.
Yes. But if we're down to having to take a 250 guy and have him race a 450, which could be, right?
Okay, do you guys have any problem? So Star has not charged Team USA in the past for their bike rental fee that they charge Cooper Webb, Max Anstey. It's a common thing. I understand it. Kate, that's what I'm saying. They charge you. Caden Menier also, he's not going to go. They want a fee for that. They haven't charged in the past. Now they want to charge $50K, their usual $50K per bike. That's $100K for Team USA. 25, sorry. $25K per bike. And I don't really have a problem with them doing it. It's a lot of work. It's SMX stuff. It's their mechanics. They haven't done it in the past, but now they want to. I don't know why that changed, but I get it. Team USA, I talked to somebody from Team USA last week. They're like, we don't have $100,000. They're selling jerseys and side panels on Raise It for USA, right?
Yeah.
There is money there. They do pay something, but they don't have that kind of money. And I don't have a problem with it. Do you guys?
I don't. I know most, people, these colors don't run. And I always say you got to be able to separate the answer that you want to hear and what is the right answer. They have a fair point to do this. I know this is not the world we live in now. The world we live in now is the answer I want is the answer that it should be. But they have a fair case. They do.
I don't know about the number 25K. If you told me they were charging what it costs them to operate this, and also they need to give that mechanic some extra money, and they itemized it and said, hey, this is what it's going to take, I'm on board with that. If it costs them 11 and they're charging 25, I'm not super stoked on that. That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that one. That's a very good point. Yeah. But there needs to be something done here. This is why we have the same problem every year. It's such a massive struggle for the team.
JT's guys are the problem. They're the problem.
Why? Who are my guys?
MXGP.
Why are they my guys?
In front.
Oh, they're his guys.
Yeah, they're his guys. He goes there all the time. He loves that series. I see you in the TV booth.
I'm a guest host.
I see you with Paul Malin.
I do not receive any payment from MXGP or In Front Promotions.
They look. Team USA sells tickets. Without Team USA there, the event is not as good. There's no way around that. Yes, I know USA is not the dominant team anymore, and it's not RJ and Stu and Ricky and those guys. I get it. However, if you don't have Team USA there, you don't really have the maximum exposure on that event, and there's always that question. So they sell tickets. I'm from Canada. Canada doesn't sell shit. Don't give Canada any money, okay? I'm not saying that, but give USA money. They sell tickets. Help them out. You're making so much money on this race.
And it's become a huge. Do you pay Deegs?
Probably not.
You just said
probably not. But I pay the team.
You're going to give them money.
No, I pay the team. Yeah, the team, Team USA. Like,
and then Deegs can take money from that. You're saying?
I guess, or whatever. I don't know, but Deegs has wanted money to do this event in the past, and I believe he wants money again.
Too. Yep.
And I don't know anything about that. How to pay that? Like Yamaha Monster, I don't know. Again, it can't come from Team USA. There's not enough. They can't make money there. So it's got to come from somewhere. Whatever.
Listen, in the end,
but In Front should help out.
It comes down to it's business on both ends. In Front has to make a decision. Is it worth it to pay Hayden Deegan also to set a precedent that they're going to pay someone like Hayden Deegan to come to this race, which is, I think, something they have to think about, because moving forward, if they do this, they have to know that it's going to come back again, like the same situation, and other riders going to say the same thing. So that's, I think, a little bit of a slippery slope. And then if you're Hayden, you have to decide, am I willing to say no because I'm not getting money, right? So in the end, it's a business decision by everybody. And I used to have a really strong take that I'm like, nope, you just go for your country. I don't know. I've kind of backed off on that because 31 races is a lot. And I'm kind of getting to the point where to ask them, and the other aspect of this, it costs these guys a lot of money to go. I think they get what, I don't know if it's the same. At one point, they used to get a $3,000 stipend to go to the race. That's not covering anything. These guys are going to fly business. You can't expect them to fly coach, right? They're going to take family members, wives, team. It's going to cost them every bit of 10 or 20 grand to go. Like I've heard, like 10 years ago, Zach Osborne said it cost at least 10 grand to go.
RJ came on the show and said it cost him 10 grand when he went.
You can't expect them to come out of pocket 10 grand on top of asking them to race for free. Like, I don't think that that's necessarily, I would say absolutely not appropriate.
There is more money now.
Yep.
I talked to somebody again that was on a team. There is more money from AMA than there has been before. The Raise It for USA has helped, and they have found some money places to help out these teams. It's better than it used to be.
Maybe the $3 grand is outdated. At one point, it was $3 grand.
The $3 grand is from In Front, though, right?
I think that was from AMA. Yeah.
No, AMA.
Oh, that's
from AMA. Yeah.
One thing that blows my mind, and I don't know why they don't publicize
it was two tickets. It was two coach tickets. One for the mechanical, one for the rider.
One thing that blows my mind that they never want to talk about is that Feld and MX Sports do write a check for this. That's why there's always Feld logos on the sleeves. And every time I'm like, do you guys want to let the fans know that you support Team USA and actually give them money? They're like, no, it's about Team USA, not us. So there is some money there.
Someone on Twitter told me it was Feld and MX Sports greed that is stopping the team from going.
That's why I throw it out there. But you know what they did? Yes, it is true. There are 3 more races on the calendar throughout the month of September. And you know what they did? They put up a massive $5.5 million pot of money to earn in those races. Now, yes, paying Deegan straight up would be a really slippery slope, because if I'm Jeffrey Hurlings, I'm like, well, why is Deegs getting money and I'm not getting money? That is very complicated. I wouldn't recommend going down that road, because then what are you going to create a tier system of who is the most popular?
It would be really messy.
There's no way they could pay him. There's just no way Infront can
not
do
directly. But would anyone on earth think it's out of control for the race to have $100,000 purse or a $250,000 purse, and the team that wins gets the most money, and maybe the top 5 or the podium gets some money? Like, that is not an unreasonable request at all, because there is no other race all year that these guys are doing for zero. If you go to an overseas race, you get paid up front. You race SMX, there's a massive purse on the line. The teams have decided.
I don't like to spend other people's money, but I do agree with you. Like, I generally try to not assume what someone else should do with their money, like putting up a huge purse, right? It's just not mine, and I think it's problematic to do so, but I do agree with the logic. Like, that is a way to solve it.
Well, I think it would just solve the problem. Like, they're entitled to not put up any money, but then you're also entitled to have teams say, now we don't want to do it.
Yeah. I've been saying this for years. I've been drumming. Look, Ron Lachine said no. Jeremy McGrath said no. A lot of riders said no over the years. It's not just Deegs or anybody else. But
no, not at all.
If Infront should pay Team USA, they should help. They sell tickets. Without them, it's a lesser event. So help out.
I see your point there. It is certainly make it much more popular than just a GP that would run at that track in any other year when the American-based riders come over. But you got to be careful with that one too, because at this point, why would the Lawrences, when they choose to race it, why would they not be entitled to some money?
No,
they're on
pay
a
non-European-based
team too.
Yeah, pay Australia too. I'm fine with it. Yeah, whatever. I'm just saying for Team USA purposes.
Yeah.
There's just too much money being made
to do that.
There's too much money being made of that race. You just have to look around and be like, holy shit. Look at all these people. Look at all these the vendors. Look at all of this.
In the end, that's why I kind of came back to the business decision. That's up to them to decide, right? Like, are they willing to take the risk of them not coming? And they have to live with that on either end. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I agree with you. I'm just saying they have to decide that in the end.
I think that heat should be off the USA guys, off of Deegs, off of these other guys. I think the heat should be put on Infront. If you're upset about this, write Infront a letter or email, or I don't know. No, I'm saying fans. Because I absolutely.
I mean, we are
sharing
opinions.
So it looks
I want to
like
make sure that it doesn't seem like I'm coming down on Hayden if he decides not to do it. That's all.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not coming down on him. Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow, Monday, there will be a meeting about Marchbanks. I think they end up going with Garrett.
Okay.
And Cowie's back in, and then Levi's in. So we need another rider. I heard Hymas's name being thrown around. He was picked, remember, and he tore up his knee. So he wants to go and would want to go. Beaumaire would. The Austrians are always easy to get to that race, right? For team and support. So Beaumaire on a big bike.
Hymas hasn't raced a lot, right? So like, I'm not saying what they're going to do or not do, but I could see Hymas being chosen just because he's gotten chosen, hadn't gotten to go. Honda has a fantastic platform for him to race, and he just has missed a lot of time. So I don't think he's in the burnout phase of anything.
The only part of that, though, JT, is, and the media shy manager has made this point, they've been burning the midnight oil with the Lawrences, with the Desnations in Paris and Aussie stuff and all of that. The whole team has, and they're really looking forward to not doing any of that this year, right? Darren Lawrence has said that too. Now, Hymas isn't the same thing. You know, it's not Cam and Christian and all that, but there is an effort there. Shane Drew, 250 crew chief, Tommy? Yeah, is that Hymas's mechanic's name? Yeah, Tommy. Lars, all of that. So they've been really vocal about we're looking forward to this time off. So if Hymas gets picked, they are back into the fire of getting ready. So
does it have to be the same level of like we're sending everybody type thing?
No. Yeah, you send. Yeah. Well, Hutch, because he'd be on a 450. So I don't know, but yeah. Anyway,
that's true. It's 450. That does.
Man, it would be. I think it would be a tough spot for Honda to tell Chance they're not going to support it.
Yeah.
I think they'll do it. I think they'll do it for him.
I don't think Mitch wants to go he told me that. He's been a little pissed at Team USA over the years for kind of shutting him out. But he said that Seth and Levi, when they were tied in points earlier this year, so High Point area-ish or
Well,
Lakewood, I don't remember.
In the first moto, High Point.
Okay, so whatever. He said AMA came to them and said, what about Seth or Levi? And both riders were like, we want to go. So Mitch said, I told those guys I would take them, either one. So here we are. So Mitch is in. And I said, well, what would Cowie say? And he's like, well, they might be mad, but I'm going to just go.
Can't be mad if Garrett's in.
So,
that's impressive if Cowie does it.
Yeah.
It's a big change.
So,
just in the interest of fairness, Lewis actually did ask your buddy Dan, David Luongo, about this. He's like, to put all the information out there, Lewis is like, why does there seem to be more people concerned about the budget and money of donations than there used to be? I don't remember hearing about this as much. And Dan said, look, the teams, they have more entourage, they have more technicians, they have more asks. So in fairness, that is actually true also. It costs a lot more money to do this. Crew chief wasn't even a term in the sport 30 years ago, even 20 years ago, right? So that's his defense, at least.
When I went, it was one bike, mechanic, suspension guy. There's 3 of us.
Right.
You know?
Now you heard, I think Rich Simmons said we got to do 2 bikes for each guy and all this other stuff. So that's not an unfair point, unreasonable point that David makes. That, well, just because they've decided to spend X amount of dollars more, that's their decision. Well,
it's a 4-stroke
But I agree,
era,
there
though,
should be money.
you know.
Every other race has money in the line. And I know that's not the answer people want. And also, we talked to one of the teams this weekend and their marketing people. And honestly, the weekend of the race, there is nothing like it. We all agree on that. Everyone in the industry knows that feeling when the gate's dropping at that race is unmatched. But really, there's more buzz of the fans about Anaheim every year or Pala overall, and it's more memorable overall. I hate to say that, but it just is from the eyes of the teams.
I feel too, even in the media, we love it. It's great. Yep. 1 week later, we're on to Paris or we're on to Anaheim, or you know what I mean? Like we're on a silly season. Like it's not like you hang your hat and you're just like, this is Tim Geiser beat Jet Lawrence and oh my God. Like, okay, cool.
No, also, like, Hunter's ride last year, I don't think got the attention that it should have. The race is both the most hyped and also not that hyped at the same time.
A1's kind
somehow.
of the same.
Yeah.
Like once A1's over, you don't really think about it a whole lot. Like I don't think about A1 like, oh my God, Tomac A1. Like I don't know. You move on pretty fast from everything. Like every race, you move on pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I just think the fans think about these championships as like that's the all-encompassing thing you'd think of all year. And winning those championships is where all the money goes. And this is cool for like 4 days.
Yeah. So if you guys are Mike Pelletier and Christina Denny and everybody kind of involved with Team USA, and you can't send your A team of J Coop, do you not go, or is just we're going? USA's going.
It's a really bad look if you don't go.
Yeah, I feel like they got to go.
Okay, all right.
What sucks is we've seen this scenario. This is like 50% of the time now.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'll show you. Like
probably
they don't have Webster or Jet or Hunter, and they're still going.
Yeah, or Menier,
and they're still going.
Yeah. Wow. No, it's a little different though, JT, because they're 1, 2, and 3 or whatever.
We're the biggest. We are the biggest.
I heard politically,
we're the richest country in the world. The most resources. Like we just because we don't have our best guys, you got to go. Like you got to go. Sorry. Like I just don't think.
But okay, having said that, why can't there be any money? Why is there no money?
I'm not.
But there is. No, but there is. The best team's not going because of money. So we're the richest. All that stuff you just said is correct, JT. So why is there no money? For the team?
I mean that. Like, but who do you expect to pay the money? Like, it's not like these teams or people don't have any money, but who is supposed to pay the money?
AMA Pro Racing. Okay, so there's AMA that fights for your helmet laws and all of that shit in Washington. They're in Ohio, but there's AMA Pro Racing.
Are you certain?
Stay tuned, everybody.
Are you certain that AMA Pro Racing is just printing money? Because I'm not. Like, I don't know.
I'm not certain. I don't know. But
what are you talking about? Pelletier works for AMA in Ohio.
But AMA Pro Racing in Ohio, correct?
No.
There's There's an AMA Pro Racing that works with
He is not
Supercross.
part of that AMA Pro Racing.
And then there's DMG, which I was getting to.
No,
AMA
when
held
you
on
say
to
AMA Pro
Supercross
Racing,
only.
that is in Daytona. That is DMG.
Well, then how come AMA held on to Supercross only and sold everything else to DMG? What part of AMA is that?
That is the Ohio AMA that Mike Pelletier works for.
And that is
The helmet law
The
AMA.
helmet law people?
Yes.
Okay. Because there used to be AMA Pro Racing
Yes.
and then the
That
AMA.
got sold off. That's owned by Daytona.
Okay. But
And they're still
AMA
both
held
involved
on to
because,
Supercross.
believe it or not, the sanctioning body for Pro Motocross is still the Daytona one.
right. But
So
so
they're still
AMA
involved both somewhat.
AMA held on to Supercross only.
Somehow. I don't
Yes,
understand
right.
that one.
No, yeah, that's that. Okay, so AMA in Ohio should have the money.
How much money?
Yes.
I don't think they do. The only way you make this work is in front puts up a giant purse and everybody's like, that's good enough. Or they come up with a fundraising aspect where like rich dudes write checks because they are passionate about this event. That sadly is how a lot of motorsports work.
Mhm.
That's the only way it's going to work.
Okay. Well, all right.
Or convince the manufacturers that winning Motocross of Nations is the same as winning the Supercross title and it's worth putting $1 million in the budget for it, which I don't think has ever happened in the history of the event.
If I could wave my magic wand, I'd say, hey, riders, you get zero money for racing it, but you get all your expenses covered. So maybe 30K or maybe 20, like something like JT mentioned, like that's not going to cover it anymore. So in my eyes, in front pays the teams, the premier teams for expenses, and riders ride for free, but they also pay no expenses either. They get 10
You
grand
just,
or whatever.
You just submit approved invoices. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Like you get your wife gets to go and your buddy and whatever it takes for you to go. So that would be my, if I could wave a magic
Do you have
wand.
a big purse there?
No, you
Really?
do not have
So
a
they
big
should
purse.
race-
There is
they
a
should
purse
race
though.
for free.
If you want to represent your country, they should
But
race
why-
for free. But there is a
but
purse there
why-
actually. There is a purse now.
And you think you have in,
Because
you
I'm
have in
asking.
front paying the expenses? Is that what you said? Okay.
Yes. In front pays so that no rider is out any money out of their pocket, a reasonable amount. And in front
There
pays
is a
the
purse
teams
saying
itself.
the purse is not remotely covering anyone's expenses.
The
though,
purse is, I want to say it was
I
$1,200
think it's like
bucks or
$3
something.
grand.
Somebody told me one
I
time
think
to
it's
win.
like
it.
$3 grand.
Okay, $3 grand.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
There is a small purse.
I don't like
you
the
know what?
complication of trying to rank what teams the premier team. Like
Well,
Spain was a
I talked-
nothing team 8 years ago, and now they might be the best team. So how do you come up with this?
you go, listen, Spain is 80 miles from France. You're fine. That's what you
Oh,
say. You know what I mean? Like wherever the race is kind of determines.
No, but that can't. We can keep proving how complicated this is.
Okay.
What's more of a factor is: do the riders on your team race GPs, or do they race in America? That has a way
Why does
bigger
that-
effect on the price.
No, I don't think so.
What do you mean?
Because I'm
They're just
submitting you
lucky
pay the
that
teams.
Prado's on the one American team that the European thing is no
Yeah.
problem for them.
Well, if it's Hymas, Kitchen, and Marchbanks, it's going to be a tough go over there
Yes.
on the hard pack France circuit. But
Yeah.
we'll all be there.
Oh, you're
Mostly.
not going.
Probably.
You're not.
We'll
going.
see.
We know you're not.
We'll
going.
see. All right. Okay. Anything
gotta go.
else? Yep, we got to go.
No,
Anything else?
We're good.
Budds Creek wrap up. Fly Racing. Code Pulpmx saves you at Fly Racing. And we are on to Ironman this weekend. Should be a good one, everybody. Jason Thomas, Jason Wygant. I'm Steve Matthes. Thanks, boys.